Today's episode of Nerdist News is sponsored by Puzzle Quest. Could Hawkeye's new costume spell trouble for the Avengers? That's what we're thinking after the latest batch of Avengers set pics. Thor Ragnarok is still 2 weeks away from release, but that's already old news in MCU production offices.
Doesn't sound right. Oh, it's true.
They're already deep into production on their next big superhero team-up, the still untitled Avengers Infinity War sequel. And if you thought a friendly brawl between Hulk and Thor was as dire as things we're gonna get for Earth's mightiest heroes, a recent crop of leaked set pics may change your mind. Twitter user Weeping Angel posted some shots of Jeremy Renner headed to set in a brand new costume. Now, costume changes aren't typically the biggest deal on films like this. Characters tend to tweak or upgrade their wardrobes from one installment to the next, but this change spoke to something a lot bigger than a mere fashion statement. As you can see from those black and yellow boots, it looks like Clint Barton maybe ditching his Hawkeye alter ego and transforming into Ronin. But who is Ronin? Well, for those of you a little behind on your back issues, allow us to break it down. But fair warning, this may include a few spoilers about what's to come in Infinity War and beyond, so if you want to stay in the dark, we suggest that you turn away now. Alright, so Ronin isn't actually one character. It's a moniker adopted by several different characters throughout the Marvel Universe. Barton took up the mantle after the events of the Avengers Disassembled arc, wherein he died temporarily. Eventually, Scarlet Witch brings him back to life thanks to a little reality-altering magic. Upon returning, Tony Stark first offers to let him take over as the new Captain America. Steve Rogers is dead at this point, FYI, but he rejects the offer and decides to return to the Avengers, who have since reformed into the new Avengers. However, he decided it's time to put his Hawkeye days behind him and instead becomes the new Ronin. Now, as we said, the new costume could be nothing more than that, a new costume. It is not unheard of for the designers on these movies to pull in elements of costumes they liked in the comics, even if they had nothing to do with the storyline that they're actually adapting. But if the Ronin costume was more than just a cool design choice, then it means some big shakeups are going to be coming for the Avengers. If we're following the template of the comics exactly, it means that there's a good chance Hawkeye is going to die in Avengers Infinity War, then come back to life in Avengers 4. But somehow we feel that's an element of the story that they're going to want to skip over. We've speculated for a while now that Infinity War will feature some big character deaths, and undoing them one film later seems like it would really lessen their impact. Instead, we think this means it's looking pretty certain that Cap will be the one biting the dust, and we'll get the big scene where Tony offers Barton the shield. It makes complete sense when you actually think about it, and not just because Chris Evans' Marvel contract is coming to an end. One of the big arcs of the MCU has been the rivalry between Iron Man and Captain America. Cap dying and Tony realizing how badly the world needs him would be a fitting end to that story. Of course, Clint turning down the offer would lead to the next big revelation about what we'll see in Avengers 4, the new Avengers. I mean, come on, we all know that Shield's going to the Winter Soldier. And once again, this makes sense for the future of the franchise. A lot of the big names are getting ready to step down, so it seems like it's time to give the Avengers team name to a new batch of heroes. But will it be the same batch of heroes that became the new Avengers in the comics? Well, that lineup included Spider-Man and Wolverine. Spidey we can see joining the team, but Wolvie? It might take more than a little reality warping magic to make that actually happen. But what do you folks think? Will Hawkeye really become Ronin, or is this just a simple costume change? And will we eventually see the new Avengers in the MCU? And also, thank you to Tom for hooking up B-Comp with some cheesecake while he was in Philly. It's a story. Let's discuss. Nightcrawler has arrived in Marvel Puzzle Quest. The acrobatic mutant, aka Kurt Wagner, steals enemy resources, teleports at will, confusing the competition, and then deals the final blow with his dual sabers. So you want him on your team, yes? Yes. Well, you can recruit him today, plus partner up with fellow X-Men Rogue and Gambit to add some extra X and a formidable punch to your roster of Marvel superheroes. Grab your sabers and teleport over to the App Store, Google Play, Amazon, or Steam to download Marvel Puzzle Quest for free.